Okay, so today we are going to be talking about the part two of our presentation project. And our presentation project is we define a news station, reports their stories, and how they're doing on social media traffic, and just about how they broadcast it differently on their different platforms. So let's get into that. So story one. Actually, no. Let's talk about our recent findings first. So as our recent findings from last week, I found out something really did something. Their posting really has not changed in a sort of way of posting for engagement, posting for likes. Their like count hasn't really changed. Their view count has changed just because some certain circumstances, which we will get in next week. I mean, not next week. Later into the presentation, and just I feel that WTVY is a consistent platform. They are a consistent news base, and they're reporting their information. Those are just my findings. So the first story we're getting into, just a low-level street story. A man, 82 years old, was mauled by a mountain lion this week while he was turkey hunting. Just a little bit about that. A man, he was 82. He was turkey hunting all of a sudden, and he found that he was in mountain lion territory and got attacked. Now, thankfully, the man is alive, and they brought him to local authorities where he was able to get patched up, and he's now living. So that was the first story. They posted this story on their main website and their main Facebook. Now, the main website is still getting their normal amount of views. Their Facebook is still getting them more likes. So engagement there is still it's not all the way up, but I do feel like it is consistent and they're well dialogue and some of the on-air talent they do treat it like a Facebook story. So somewhere like just a stage story or a news story, just somewhere in there how they treat that. Our second story, which really drove up in ratings, which I found since it is this time of the year. Jalen Monroe of the Alabama Crimson Tide got selected in the third round of the draft of the NFL draft this past weekend. Most scouts had him projected at a fourth, fifth round grade, but he did get selected over, as you know, Shedeur Sanders, which caused many controversy. This story actually got many views just because of the circumstances, the time of the year it is, and just because of the recent controversy of the Shedeur Sanders phone. How they displayed it on their on air, they treated it like a national news story, like a big news story. They went into details such as, like I mentioned earlier, Shedeur Sanders had a second round draft grade, and he wasn't supposed to be picked over Sanders, and just a whole bunch of controversy. They posted this on their Facebook, their Twitter, and their TikTok, which all got equal amount of high level views. So TikTok, I believe, about 10K likes. Twitter, I believe they have 10 to 15,000 likes, and then Facebook, same word as that. Now our third story, which would be our state story, which would be another state story, which would be a teen that is 14 years old gets caught threatened at Carroll High School, which causes them to shut down campuses on Friday. Their engagement for this was up to actually, just for the safety of their kids, just for the safety, just for the safety of any parent. They did have a somber tone when presenting this on air, as by the videos on their website. They also put this out on Facebook too, and this also had a high level. This was also